Hi, I'm Rob and this is Gems of War. In this video I'm going to attempt to explain the rather confusing world map full of words, symbols and numbers. For a new player this must be a very daunting place to come, but let's go over all the things one at a time and we'll start right in the top left hand corner with the hero tab. When we press this we've got a whole load of stuff here absolutely right away, but I'm going to start with right at the bottom there, that little round symbol with the blue outline around it to the left and down a bit from the green heart life symbol. That is your adventurer's path. That is a really cool little thing. You're going to want to press this when you get it, because here you see your hero level, and any level you haven't collected so far you're absolutely going to want to do that, because there's some really nice rewards in here which you can pick up. And if you have the hero pass, then you will gain extra rewards at the same time. So totally worth going to that and making sure you grab all this stuff. Next along is Adventure, a short quest, which I can't actually see because no more kingdoms are available and you can only see them if they are available. Now along here there are some chests at the bottom. If I remember, these did contain some new troops. I can't remember exactly how it happened, but when you click these it will become very clear which troops are available to get when you click these. And here you can click your basic troops. You can see all the different troops you've obtained in the game so far. And again, similar to the adventure, the hero shop you can only actually see, and in my case is only available for heroes who have not completed the adventurer's path. So that is the adventurer's path. So the first up on the tabs is the skills. This shows your basic attack, magic, life and armor in the game, and this will go up as you progress in levels in the game and gain power. Next up is masteries. The masteries, this basically shows you your different masteries in all the 6 different mana gem colors. Now when you go up in level you will be able to select one of these, and every time you do that your mana surge percentage chance will go up slightly. And as such, you'll get, as you would expect, a slightly higher chance of making a mana surge whenever you collect that mana colour. Next up is armor bonus. Now this depends upon if you've purchased anything in the game or not, and basically is which armor you have equipped. Always select the best one which gives you the best bonuses, and just make sure you got it equipped. You don't want to buy something like dragon armor then not have it equipped. It does not equip automatically. You have to select it and put it on. But if you don't have that, then just pick whichever one what you want the most from. If you want extra XP, if you want extra gold, extra souls, etc. And just make sure you got it equipped. There's the style. And the inventory is basically literally all the resources in the game. Literally everything is here which you own, and you can just check the entire thing out. See how many runes you've got, see how many orbs of power you've got, which trait stones you own, etc. All the way down to verses and Omapaloozas, things like that. So if you're unsure if you have anything, you can pop back in here and you can check. Now the bonuses is what shows you literally all your bonuses in the game and how you get extra points for certain things. If you've spent money in the game, then will have a VIP level, and this will give you increases in gold, souls and XP. That's how you can check if your armor is the right one. I've got the dragon armor which gives 100% gold, souls and XP, so that's how we know we've got that equipped. Bonuses from guild statues and pets, and then the total at the bottom of all those things combined. Now while you're here you can press the triangle button or the equivalent, and when you do that, that'll bring up an overall page. You can see how many troops you've got out of the total in the game. I've got 1,110 out of 1,130, so I'm 20 short of having all the troops. But I've only been playing properly for about the last year now, I suppose, year and a bit. I've been playing the game for ages, like 5, 6, maybe even 7 years. But I was very casual in the first about 6 years, so I've only been playing it super properly in the last year and really enjoying it. That will show your honor level. This is just a little thing that gives you extra small bonuses in the game. It's just a nice thing that you can work on to try and get to revered, which is the top level. And home kingdom shows you which kingdom you have as your home kingdom. Now, where it says there, kingdoms, 35 out of 35. Different kingdoms will be released at different stages on different systems. I think the Switch is slightly behind. I'm not sure if that's on 35 kingdoms yet, but whatever. Basically, you want to make sure that you've got as many kingdoms unlocked as to what are available. So if yours, for example, says 34 out of 35, there's a kingdom somewhere on the world map which you haven't unlocked yet. So scour around that and make sure you unlock that, because it all helps your stats. And then underneath that, it will tell you what guild you're in, if you are in a guild, and how long you've been there, which is pretty cool. Now you can press R1 and go along to the PvP from that. This tells you your PvP results. I don't play PvP that much or take it that seriously, more just testing out certain teams sometimes. But again, you can look at your stats there should you want to. And then your underworld. This is kind of similar to the part where it says overall, but this is based on the underworld. Your total renown is there. Some of the areas you've scored the best points from. And again, where it says factions, for me, 35 out of 35. If it doesn't say the maximum amount available there, then it means you haven't unlocked one of the factions. So pop to the underworld and make sure you try and do that, because again, it all helps your stats in the game. And that was just off of literally the first hero tab. So there's a lot in this game. So next down we have the flash offer, which you're largely going to want to ignore. This gives you an apparently amazing value thing in the game, like it's claiming to have £45 value here, but only £8.99, and it's generally pretty poor. 50 gem keys and orb of ascension for £9. No thank you, you can keep that. And that does tend to change quite often. From there, you've got the adventure board. This is something you're going to want to do literally every single day. These are fairly straightforward tasks, even for newer players. Make sure you do these every day, but slow but steady rewards, and really, really handy. I still do these now. Really cool little rewards, especially the gems, diamonds, things like that. Very useful indeed. Make sure you do these literally every single day. The campaign is something which comes along once every now and again, and basically this has tasks. You've got a funny little story there which I never bother to read, but along from that you have tasks. Now you have a week to do these. Now I'm the sort of person that is a bit weird. I don't like to be told what to do, even by a game, so most of the time I do end up changing these to or re-roll. Like when you do one of these, there's a task, there's an option to re-roll it. Don't want to generally be lazy and press skip task. This is going to cost you gems. This is going to be a drain on your resources, and it's a bad habit to get into. If it's something that's really easy, like open a glory chest or something like that, or craft a brown troop from the Soulforge, you can press do task and go to that absolutely straight away, and that would be a nice shortcut to doing that and make that easy. But if it's something really annoying, like, now for me, I don't like the ones that say like complete 15 fights with this type team. That's a pain to me. I have to go out of this game, go to my troops, create a specific team for this, then make sure I use that in all those fights. That's a pain. I'll just go a re-roll task, and 19 times out of 20 it just says kill troops with this colour or win this many battles. That is way easier than messing around and having to make up teams specifically, or change a banner or use a certain weapon. It's like, I find them things a pain. I'll just re-roll task, and then you just play the game, and these things happen automatically. All you got to do then is look out for the little signal on the right hand side which says when you completed that task, pop back here and make sure you collect that task, which means you move on to the next one. Your rewards are in here in the campaign task. If you've got an upgrade to it, you'll get extra rewards as well, and you can tab along using the R2 buttons and see which rewards are coming in the future as well. And the artifact just shows you which level your artifact is on, and nothing really much to see there, to be honest. Right, next down from that is shrines. Now this is another area which you're going to want to largely ignore. For me, this is the worst value in the game. It's an absolute rip-off. In fact, it's such a rip-off most of the time it doesn't even tell you how much it is. Like in that bottom part there where it's got the green sort of lit up part with nothing in it, there's supposed to be a price in there. That's supposed to tell me that the game intends to rip me off by, I've just pressed it, the screen would have gone blank for you. £6.49 it wants me to pay to have 2 major orbs of chaos and 100,000 gold. That is just atrocious value. It's not a shrine of cunning, it's a shrine of robbery, and you generally don't want to do it unless you're utterly made of money. Don't mind throwing money at the devs and giving them stuff, and you're basically rich. Next, underneath that is the chat menu. You can just press the touchpad and that will bring up the chat menu, which is cool. Then we have the PvP. This is obviously the player versus player tab, and here you can go into ranked, casual, play, or check out your stats. Your battle log is the last battles you had and whether you won or lost, and you can see if your defense done good and things like that. Look at that, it was a spectacular roll of bad defenses there, but very good for testing things out. Defenders, that is your current defense team. You can change this if you want. It's a good way to just play around and keep on changing your teams and see if they get some wins and then troll them out in guild wars. And leaders is the table where you basically see who's at the top. It will show you your place. Look at me, I'm so lazy. I've done hardly anything in PvP this week. I think I'd better get on and do something a little bit later. So that's the PvP tab. Games, there's a whole load of stuff in here. You can do arena, you can go to the Soulforge where you can craft a load of different resources, show you your Soulforge level, the amount of jewels you've got, and here you can press the triangle button again and see how many diamonds you've got. Oops, pressed the wrong button. After all this time of playing this game, I still press the wrong button on certain things. It's weird. Trait stones, again, it will show you how much stuff you've got, which troops are available in the Soulforge right now, which is pretty cool. When you're on these red summoning stones, for example. Oh my god, I've done it again. I've pressed the wrong button. See, to me, this means that either I'm an idiot or this isn't intuitive on some of these. Like basically, on like a blue summoning stone, for example, I can press the square button and it will show you which troops are in the Soulforge this week. And this changes literally every single week. So if you're a newer player and there's a particular troop which you quite fancy, you can take a look. Like the Sister of Nightmares is pretty decent. You can spend some resources and see if you can pick one of them up, because all these are absolutely in there, guaranteed. And sometimes you get some really, really good ones in here as well. So always worth a check if you're a newer player. Like I say, this will change on a weekly basis. And next up is the weapons, which all the weapons within the Soulforge. I do a weekly Soulforge review video telling you which is the stuff in here worth picking up and what is worth ignoring, exactly the same as the troops. And the other is all the other stuff which you can craft from the Soulforge. Deeds, books of nature, forge scrolls, stuff that's bizarre and costs you more to make than it actually gives you benefits from. You know, Mapaloozas, ingots, and all sorts of different stuff. The arena is a fun little game which you can do, but I generally don't do it, but it's up to you. Treasure hunt is the mini game where it's a different kind of game to the usual Gems of War stuff. It's quite relaxing. Some people love it, some people hate it. Gnome Vault is where you can spend your vault keys, which you get mainly during gnome events. Dungeon, another thing you want to do literally every single day. This is 3 opponents and with different difficulties, starting from easy up to hard. A new player will struggle to do all 3 of these, but certainly worth doing if you can. And there's offers available every day, and basically you can get the lower level one, which gives you diamonds a day as well. So if you can do this, it's definitely worth doing. But I don't usually take the 150 gem offer because it's not very good value, and I save that one for the weekend, for Sunday, where you get a bigger bunch of diamonds. So only do that on a Sunday, that extra diamond offer. Guild. This will give you information on your guild. There's the current event going right now, which is something where your guild mates take part in at the same time. You can look at all of the rewards in there, the shop and which things you've bought, who's leading in your guild and who's being lazy and doing nothing, and the overall leaderboard in the world, basically, of who's doing the most. That's just looking for guidance. The guild, you can actually look at your tasks and seals. Here, this is an overview of just the levels of each statue. The tasks show how far your guild has progressed in getting all the tasks done. And once they're all completed, you can then still spend some gold on it and get legendary tasks done. Seals, this tells you your weekly seals and how many seals your guild has obtained across the whole week. The roster is just simply a breakdown of all the guild mates in your team, their level, how much gold they've earned, how many seals they've got, how many trophies they've got, and so on. And the shop you largely want to ignore because it's just a ploy to get even more money out of you. And then the league just shows your guild and your trophy count and where you place in the overall standings. Guild admin is just guild admin stuff, and Guild Wars tells you basically if you're registered for the next Guild Wars and when it is going to start. This middle tab here just literally swaps between the normal world and the underworld. You press that, you will switch down to the underworld, and you can press the triangle button and then pan around that if you need to. And the same, back to there, press the button and you're taken back to the regular world. The chests show you all your chests in the game and how many you have on keys for each one. Pretty straightforward. Like I said earlier, an explanation of what all the chests give you is in a different new player guide, so check that out if you want to learn more about that. The troops literally is all your troops in the game. You can sort these by card name, you can sort them by rarity, base rarity, to see what mythics you've got is a good way to go about it. And the shop is sometimes something you want to have a look at because, I don't know, you may want to look in the weekly event. There's sometimes a good weapon at the end. But generally, like if you want to pick up armor and stuff, that is definitely good. But yeah, I don't tend to buy much from here, if ever. Might spend some of my war bands sometimes, but that is it really. And I did get my armor from here. I got it when it was expensive, the Shadow Death Knight armor, but now it's actually really good value and worth picking up if you're in this game for the long haul. Very good armor indeed. Gives you a 100% bonus in all stats for XP, souls, and gold for $15.99 in British money or the equivalent in your area. So that's really good for me. Right, we're nearly done. If you go up to the calendar, this tells you your daily login, and this is something you have to log into every day to acquire these bonuses. The offers, they are kind of worth checking. The monthly offer, the daily deal is often pretty good, to be fair. Sometimes there be gnome verses in here for just a small amount of gems, which is normally worth picking up because that is going to pay you back way more than the gems that cost if it's a verse that you end up needing to be able to do another Gnomapalooza. So certainly worth checking out there. Same as a pet. Sometimes a pet might be in here that can be worth picking up as well. And the growth, these are just things to buy which you generally don't want to do unless you're, again, made of money. Mail, something you're generally going to want to check most days. You got messages in here. Normally you get rewards to collect pretty much every single day. Any gifts anyone's been generous enough to send you, and stuff you've collected over the last few days. And the events is something you're going to want to come to on a daily basis generally as well. This tells you all the different events going on right now, like the Lost in the Woods event is the one that's going on at the moment, and this is the troop you can collect literally every single week. A new one arrives every single Monday, and then we get some more generally bad value offers along the way. In the warbands and the specials, as we saw earlier. And then above that, you've got how many gems you've got, how much souls you've got, how much glory you've got. Glory are the wings things, souls are the sparkly orb things, and gems is a thing that looks like a gem, bizarrely. And above that, you have your gold and how much your income is per hour. And last thing on the board are our medals. And here is your medals and which ones you have and which ones you have equipped. So that is it. That is a quick-ish overview of the rather in-depth world map on Gems of War. If you enjoyed the video, be sure to click that like and subscribe button. But thanks for watching, and I'll catch you next time. Bye for now.